Welcome back, my friends. It's good to see you again. Today we're looking at the beginning of the IELTS speaking test. And relax is our theme. And that's something you need to remember, because you're not going to have a good speaking test if you're not relaxed. The first part of the IELTS speaking test is always the same. The examiner introduces themselves, and then they ask you to introduce yourself. They ask for your name, then they ask where you're from. It's always the same, and that's really important for you to know. In this video, we're going to look at the first part of the test. We're going to talk about common mistakes that people make in the first part, why this will set them up for a low score. We're going to look at different ways to answer the questions in the first part of the test, and hopefully we're going to help prepare you for what will be a really good speaking test. So you need to remember that the opening of the IELTS speaking test, the questions are always the same. They're the same to help you out. These questions, the first few questions are an ID check to make sure they have the right person. The examiner asks for your name, and they check it on their list, and they see your ID, and great, they know it's you, it's the right person, it's the right time. The examiner feels very happy about that. This portion of the test is good for you, because if you've been waiting for a long time for your test, you might not have spoken for a while, and it might be difficult for you to actually say things. Your mouth might be all dry, your throat might not be ready. You're all of a sudden, after a long time quiet, you're starting to speak. And your heart starts beating, and it's very. This opening part will help you start speaking, get ready, warm up, and go. Remember, the examiner wants you to be comfortable. They want to have a good test. They want you to have a good test. And so this part is really designed for that. It's familiar things, and it helps you feel confident. You should know your name, and you should know where you're from. And thinking about those things will make you feel good about yourself. Some common problems that people have in this part is they're afraid of being nervous. It's like, I'm nervous in front of this strange person, and I don't know. Like, no. The examiner understands. They know how important this speaking test is for you, and they want you to be comfortable. They're not going to try and make you afraid, or yell at you, or who are you? How dare you? No, they're not going to do that. They're there to help you have a good test. They want you to do well. Another common problem that test takers have is they don't understand that this part is just a warm-up and an ID check to make sure the right person is there. It's just a warm-up. You're not going to lose points if you don't give the right answer. You don't need to go overboard here. It's just a warm-up. Not knowing that this is the beginning of the test. A lot of beginners they don't know. They don't know that this is the beginning. They don't know that it's just a warm-up. They don't know that it's always the same, and every time you take this test, it will always be the same. Many people think that if you make a mistake, that you're going to lose points. And that's not how this test works. This is not a point-based test. If you say your name wrong, or if you only give part of your name, or if you say the city where you're from and not the country, or the country where you're from and not the city, oh no, I didn't give the whole... No, that's not how this part works. It's just a warm-up. It's just to help you get ready. These are the questions. Let's take a look at these questions. So the examiner will first do the introduction, and they'll say, "This is the speaking test for the International English Language Testing System." I think then they say the date, and they say their name, and then they say their ID number, and then they'll turn to you, they'll look at you, and they'll say, "Can you tell me your full name, please?" And you don't have to. You could say, "My name is Rashid Muhammad Abdullah Al-Shamaili," but you don't have to. You could just say, my name is Rashid," or they could say, "My name is Ahmed," or my name is Jihye, "My name is Songti." It doesn't matter. It's just what's your name, and you give your name. Your full name as best you can. And what shall I call you? A lot of people aren't prepared for this. In Western culture, it's normal, it's usual to just call people by a shortened name. So instead of calling someone Abdul Muhammad Al-Khatri, you just say, "Please call me Abdullah." Or if your name is Park Jihye, please call me Jihye. Whatever makes you feel comfortable, whatever name you want them to address you as. Will it happen in the test? Maybe, maybe not. But it's about you, and it's, what do you like to be called? The final question, where are you from? You can answer that with the city you're from. I'm from Ras Al Khaimah. I'm from Dubai. I'm from Abu Dhabi. I'm from Baghdad. I'm from Manama. I'm from Seoul. I'm from Tokyo. Or you can say what country you're from. I'm from Mexico. I'm from Peru. I'm from Germany. That answer is entirely up to you, and you can make it as big or as small as you want. You can say the neighborhood that you're from. You could say the city, the town, the village. You don't need to say, "Oh, I'm from Ras Al Khaimah, which is an emirate in the United Arab Emirates in the Middle East." It's like that's a bit too much. You don't have to go overboard on this. A lot of people do, and they start talking more and more and more, and they're really, really ready to do this, and they're going to answer all these, say as much as they can, and that's too much. You don't want to do that here. You want to save that. You want to save that for the later parts of the test. You want to just give simple answers here, answer the questions, warm up your voice, and get ready for the next part of the test. So, can you tell me your full name, please? My name is John Jacob Smith. And what shall I call you? Please call me John. And where are you from? I'm from Ras Al Khaimah. And that's all you need to say. And you've said your name, you've said where you're from, you know who you are. And this should give you some confidence, just like, yes, this is me, this is the beginning, and I am ready. I'm ready for the speaking test. And we're going to pause there. I want you to answer these questions now. I want you to practice saying these sentences. My name is, and then say your full name. Just like, please call me, and then enter what you like to be called. Don't use a nickname that's strange or unusual or might cause trouble for you later on. Use the same name that your teacher would use in school, or in college, or in class. Use that name. That I believe that is, in my heart, I believe that is the best answer for that middle question. And then where you're from, choose an easy answer. One that you're confident with the pronunciation of, one that you're confident in saying. Practice those, and then when we come back in our next video, we'll look at the next section of the speaking test. Thank you very much. If you make sure you click subscribe if you want to get more of these videos sent directly to your feed, and click alerts if you want to, the little bell for alerts. And thank you very much, and good luck on your test.